I had worked at Sonic, Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Burger King, and Hardee's. None of them took time to develop me. And left Sonic, and I left a general manager offer on the table with Sonic to come and start at $8.50 an hour with Chick-fil-A. I was in the job for like maybe a week, 2 weeks, and I'm like, right decision all day long. My name is Joshua Jones. I am a husband, father of 10 children, an unofficial pastor of sorts in our local church ministry in McDonough, Georgia. I am a team leader in a training development program at the Chick-fil-A Support Center in Atlanta, Georgia. From the time that I was about 16 or 17 is when I realized, hey, my direction is going to be ministry. Shortly after turning 18, I managed for McDonald's for about a year, and then I went off to Pensacola Christian College where I studied for the ministry. And in my mind and in my heart, I didn't have a concept of doing anything full-time or career-wise outside of ministry. Food service in college, McDonald's before that. So through my seminary years, while I was interning, and then after that, I had a strong enough work ethic that I didn't mind working, but there wasn't anything fulfilling about it. There wasn't anything that was growing me. On any particular day, my wife comes to me and she says, Josh, have you ever thought about Chick-fil-A? I hadn't. Sonic was taking care of the bills, so I kind of dismissed it. Then she comes back and she says, Josh, I met this lady at my homeschool group. Her husband's a manager there. He'll put a good word in for you. You should apply. A couple of weeks later, I'm training a new general manager at Sonic who was a former Chick-fil-A operator who had to relocate to Pensacola to take care of his parents. He tells me I should be with Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, this is starting to get weird and I'm starting to suspect God is up to something, but I still dismissed it. It was a few weeks later at a new assignment with Sonic that some random guy comes to drive-through, hands me his business card, says if I'm ever looking for something that they'd love to have me, and it's a Chick-fil-A business card. And that's when I realized, okay, God, you are definitely trying to direct my steps here. I'll put in the application. In just the interview process, I had been developed more through the resources that were given to me and the conversations that I was having with leaders about leadership, growth. I think the biggest growth that I saw going through the FasTrak program was my shift in mindset about the difference between what a manager is and what a leader actually is. What I loved the most was getting to see how, as I grew through the FasTrak program, I was now getting to help others that were coming in behind me grow and develop their leadership as well. I realized after I started at 9 Mile Road, Mr. Barnes talks a lot about being hungry, how he'd rather hire somebody that's hungry, that doesn't have the experience or the talent, than hire somebody who has talent but isn't hungry. So Mr. Barnes, I remember coming into work one day and Mr. Barnes like, oh, hey, by the way, get ready. Next week you're going to Atlanta for some interviews. We've never talked about this. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, I know some people up there in training, Josh. You've got a great skill set for communication. You'd be a great trainer. So yeah, they're expecting you for an interview. You do have to fill out the application still. They're waiting on that. But we've already got the interview scheduled. I literally landed in the dream job. I landed in a job that taps into what I love to do, which is help develop and pour into other people. For me, it is an aspect of ministry that I get to do on a full-time basis with Chick-fil-A. My day-to-day is pouring into people. Look, if that's all I get to do for the rest of my life, dream come true. I don't think I would have had the stories to tell. I don't think I would have had the qualitative experience to actually be competitive for what I do now if it wasn't for what I had done and was given the opportunity to do at Chick-fil-A 9 Mile Road.